Hi, welcome back to At Home with Willow. This is episode 2. My name is Greta. I'm a furniture maker in LA and I have the company Willow, which is tiled furniture and home goods. In episode 1, I showed you a tour of the new house and the renovation plans. So this episode is going to focus on using Spoak to plan and visualize some DIY projects. So these are all renter-friendly DIY projects in this episode that might inspire you to also plan and execute some cool DIYs for your space. And at the end, I'm even going to include a Willow and Spoak DIY project for my living room. So the first DIY that I started on was kind of the easiest from all the other projects that I ended up taking on. So it started with me in my kitchen and I was looking at the light fixtures on the ceiling and decided to paint the gaps that were left over from when the electrician changed out the lights. And then I was looking at the door from the kitchen to the backyard, which was just a standard wood door, and I realized that it kind of was making the space look smaller because the whole house was painted white and then there was this big wood door. I feel like that's a really easy way to kind of make wall space look larger even if it isn't. So that was the first project I started on, and it took just a few hours to do a few coats of paint and let them dry in between. And then once I was done, I'm so happy that I painted it, and honestly kind of bummed that I waited so long because it makes the kitchen feel so much bigger. So we are getting in the spirit of DIY. I'm gonna tape the door handle. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go for it. I already have the paint that we used on the walls and stuff. And I just got like a trim paintbrush at the store. I did the first coat on here. It does not look good because it's the first coat, but I just need to let it dry and then I'll do another and it should look better. So the next DIY project that I worked on revolved around the fireplace. So here's a before photo of when we purchased the house, what the fireplace looked like. And I wasn't happy with that style just because it felt kind of dated. And the combo of the giant wood mantle with the brick just didn't look good. We decided that we still were gonna do the plastering style, but we were gonna keep it more in the style of what the house already had, which was edges without, doing big rounded sides. So our contractor hired someone to do the plastering, and we decided to also include a built-in bench with storage. When the contractor project was done, we were left with, it was supposed to be white plaster, but to my eye, it kind of looked gray still, and there was a lot of texture left over. And because of the way that the plaster dried, you could just see, like, there was just too much dimension, in my opinion, for my style. So I waited on it and we thought about it, and then we realized that we'd rather kind of try to smooth it out with some joint compound. I think it's like a multi-purpose joint compound, which is almost like a type of plaster. So I used that to fill in some cracks that had happened after the fact and smooth out the top a little bit. And then similar to like the door in the kitchen, I just decided to use the same exact paint that we used for all the walls to just paint the fireplace. I honestly think it made such a difference for that room. It makes the room, which is a pretty small living room, look so much bigger, so much brighter. And I really love the bench that we decided to include and have built into the wall just for like plants and books. And we've had people over who have sat on it as like extra seating, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out and I wouldn't change anything about it. So yeah, the living room's like really coming together. Back up. I just want to get our new couch. We want to order the Floyd sectional and get it like U-shaped so that we both can sit with our legs out because we're both really tall. And we're still like in debate about a TV because, I mean, ideally you'd put a TV here above the fireplace, but I feel like it'll kind of take away from the whole room, and it's so nice and the windows are so nice that I kind of maybe think we could do a projector only in the evening, I guess. And maybe we could like put it up here somehow and hide it behind the beam and then have it project up there. Or if we don't mind sitting the wrong way, we could obviously project on this wall at night, but I don't know. We're still figuring it out. So the next project that I took some time in Spoak to plan for was the main bathroom with the bathtub redo. We're eventually, within the next year, probably going to gut both bathrooms and redo them completely because they're just kind of dated and not the style that we want. But I figured that there were some cosmetic changes that I could make, and so I used Spoak to plan those out. So basically I went into Spoak and did like the layout that would make the most sense of having a white cabinet, changing out the mirror, adding like a runner, and just kind of like getting an idea if that would even look good and make sense. Really happy with how it came out overall, and I think it already looks so much nicer. So I got this rug from Amazon. I think it was only $20. I'm just adjusting it, but it already just looks better. I don't love the floors, but it's okay. It matches, which I think looks a lot better. So now I'm gonna work on this cabinet. So I'm just taping all the knobs, so the edges are good. I think I'm gonna tape the floor around as well. Okay, everything is taped, and then I'm sitting on the floor, but this is the paint. It matches the wall paint we have, and I think that will just look nice and kind of brighten up the space a lot. Okay, this is after 2 coats. Still needs a few more, probably. Yeah, probably at least 2 more coats, but it's It's coming along. I'm gonna clear off the top and clean it. I'm also gonna paint this light really fast. So I just tape that off as well. So the next project that I'm really excited to share with you is a Willow and Spoak collab DIY for the house. I thought it would be fun to do like a custom piece specifically for the house. So one piece that we don't have until now was a coffee table. So I decided to try a new style of coffee table. I haven't done so far with Willow, with 4-inch white tiles and then a brown grout, which actually matches my sweater. So yeah, I documented that entire process and I hope that you have fun watching it. And honestly, I'm so happy with how it came out. I think I'm gonna start focusing on making some more 4-inch tile projects because I love how it came out and I think it looks so cute and it fits the space so perfectly. So here is the final coffee table reveal. It came out really cute. I love the color combo with everything else in our living room. I think it looks really good. It's like the perfect size, the perfect height. It's really good for photos too, like product photos. But yeah, I'm really happy. I think finishing the fireplace and doing the coffee table, it really looks good, and hopefully by our next video, I have the new couch, which will like really tie together the space. And I'm kind of thinking about like some kind of rug. Oh, and Alex is making a painting for this wall. We got the Willow chair, if I can back up. Yeah. So couch and art. And we're honestly trying to find like a big plant for this corner, which needs some help. But yeah, I think by the next episode we can do like a final living room reveal to be how I wanted it to look when I initially did the first Visi for Spoak. I think we're on our way and I'm really excited. So the last project that is still work in progress will be revealed in the next episode was kind of redoing the whole courtyard and garage layout. So basically we got the house, the courtyard area was pretty good. It was really green and maintained. But then unfortunately, before we moved in, we had to do a fumigation for termites, and the tenting kind of like killed off everything. And then we also had to do some plumbing and drain work in the courtyard, which ripped out the rest of the plants. So now it's kind of been a long like process of buying plants, laying it out, and trying to figure out like what the vibe we're going for is. I went into Spoak and I used the like collage vibe board feature and made a collage of kind of like the vibe I'm going for. And there's one tile table in there that I'm going to replicate and make for the courtyard, which I'm really excited. There's a fire pit on there. There's some furniture from Hay that I really want to get. And just overall, it helps me visualize like what I'm going for, and I can keep referring back to it as I go through the process. So I've started the process and I'll show you so far where we're at with that. So stay tuned. Next episode, I have mocked up the garage in Visi, and hopefully I will be able next episode to have a side-by-side of the Visi and what the final garage reveal looks like, because it's quite a huge project that I've taken on, but I'm really excited, and Spoak has made it so easy to plan out all of these things and be able to refer visually back to like what you're going for and what the design plan is just so helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow Spoak and Willow on Instagram and YouTube, and we will see you next episode.